Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. If you're seeing me for the first time, welcome. If you're not, thank you for coming back. So today we're going to be discussing reasons why your makeup does not come out flawless. And to not waste any of your time, we're just going to get right into it. So the number one reason your makeup does not come out flawless is that you're not prepping your skin according to your skin type. So we all know that before you do makeup, you have to do like your makeup prep, like a skin prep. But the thing is, a lot of people don't prep according to their skin type. Now, regardless of whatever type of skin or whatever skin type you have, you need hydration. Hydration is very, very important. Like, you cannot overemphasize how important hydration is to your skin and your skin prep. So there are three different types of skin types. There's the dry skin, there's the combination skin, and there's the oily skin. Now, if you have dry skin, like before you do your makeup, you have to prep based on the type of skin type that you have. If you have dry skin, your main focus is hydration. And that's not to say that other skin types do not require hydration. Like I said previously, you need hydration for any type of skin type that you have. But because you have dry skin, you need to like put more hydration for your skin because I mean your skin's already dry. So I have a moisturizer that I use because I have combination skin, but to be honest, it's more on the dry side. I think it's more on the dry side. And I use moisturizers that are cream based. So there are different types of moisturizers. You have the water based moisturizer and you have the cream based moisturizer. The way you can tell the difference is by the consistency. The water based moisturizer has like water like consistency. As soon as you apply on your skin, you can immediately tell because it doesn't leave that oily residue. It just like sinks into your skin and gives it that plump effect without leaving any oily residue. So that's how you know. And it's kind of like, let me show you. So I have this Clinique moisturizer that I use. I just recently started using it. I used to use Cetaphil for the longest time. I still do. I think it's a good moisturizer, the hydration one. Even though that one is, it doesn't have any, it's more of water-based moisturizer, but whenever I used it, I would layer it with another one. But anyways, so this is the cream-based moisturizer, and it's the Innisfree Hydrate and Glow Green Tea Seed Hyaluronic Acid Cream. So this is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see it. And when you scoop it out and apply it on your skin, like let me just put that on my face so you can see. It's a little dense. It's not as um let me just keep massaging it in. Can you see how it's drying off? Like you can see a little sheen on my face. It's like a little oily residue on my face. It's not, it doesn't just immediately sink into the skin. And even looking at my hands, like where the cream is, like where I applied it on my hand, you can see that there's a little shine on my, like this shiny effect or shiny look on my hand and on my face. So that shows, and again, it feels sort of, I don't want to say greasy because it's not greasy, but you just know that there's a little oil in it. And honestly, I've used this for how many days now? And it's not bad at all. I think I like it. I actually like it, not that I think I like it. So this is the type of moisturizer you want to use. There are other types. I can't name a couple like off the top of my head right now, but I can look like do my research and make some recommendations later on. But if you have dry skin, you want to use a cream-based moisturizer. That's what I've been trying to say. You want to use a cream-based moisturizer which will hydrate your skin, but also like leave a little moisture. Like the hydration is not just surface, because your skin doesn't produce oil. So you want to make sure that you're using a moisturizer that will kind of leave some sort of oil on your face. And that's, the oil doesn't exactly like interfere with your makeup. It just ensures that your skin is properly moisturized. That's what I'm trying to say. So now if you have combination skin, for most people that have combination skin, the the T zones of their face, like your forehead, your nose, like the bridge of your nose, your jaw, is usually the oily part, or the part of your face that produces oil. Then the perimeter of your face, perimeter, parameter, the outer part of your face is the one that would most likely be dry. So what you would do is use two types of moisturizer. So now you will use a water-based moisturizer for the T-zone, which is the part that already produce oil. You don't want to add extra oil to like the your skin that is already producing oil. You do not need to, but you definitely need hydration. So you need to use a moisturizer that does not have oil, it's just water based, and for your T zone. Then for the outer area of your face, you can then use like a cream based moisturizer that would add that oil, that moisture, like dense moisture that you need for your face. So Cetaphil is a very good example. I I don't know how many bottles I've used. I've probably used like three, four of this. This is daily hydrating lotion. It feels very it feels very light. The cream based moisturizer feels heavy. So this one, I just have a little on my skin. This feels very light. Like when you apply it, it dries off almost immediately. Like it doesn't it doesn't leave any oily residue on your face. It just makes your skin plump. Like you just give your skin water to drink. So it just, after you apply it, it has already dried down. After you apply it, your skin just feels, soft to the touch, but it doesn't necessarily have any oily residue. It doesn't leave your face shiny or anything like that. It just hydrates your skin. I'm going to check for other options. I have this Clinique um moisturizer that I just got. I've used it only once, but I already like it. I think it's a good one. It's the Clinique Moisture Surge Intense moisturizer. I think this is a good um water-based moisturizer. When I that's I mean, to be honest, I applied both. I have this too. This Innisfree is more cream based. It's the green tea, Innisfree green tea seed hyaluronic acid cream. So this is more cream based. It feels heavier on your skin, and that's why I applied on my face. So my face doesn't, it's not oily. It just, you can see that okay, something is on my face. There's a little oily residue. Like the residue is like what's left behind. It's not like my skin is oily. So it wouldn't affect my makeup. The makeup that I'll put on top of it, it wouldn't affect it. It wouldn't make me appear oily or anything. It's just the moisture that my skin needs, like to for my product or for the foundation to sit better on my skin. If you have combination skin, you're going to use the water-based moisturizer in the center of your face and use the cream-based moisturizer on the outer part of your face. Now, if you have oily skin, you still need to hydrate. You still need moisturizer. Yes, you cannot do without it. Do not just go straight into your foundation just because you feel like, oh, my skin is already producing oil. No, you still need to moisturize your skin, and you do that with a water-based moisturizer. Just like I've said, you can either use the Cetaphil or you can use, there are many other products, many other brands. I just can't think of anyone like off the top of my head, but there are a lot of brands that you can use. But the point is that your skin needs to be hydrated. If you don't, here's what will happen. You will go in with your foundation and everything looks good when you're done, but after some time, because your skin does not have moisture, it doesn't have any, yeah, moisture, it's not properly hydrated, it's not even hydrated, because remember, you didn't even put anything on it. Your skin will overcompensate for being dehydrated by producing more oil, thereby making your makeup look oily. This could have been avoided if you had like hydrated your skin by using a water-based moisturizer. So the second reason your makeup does not appear flawless is because you're not choosing the right foundation with the right undertone. Now, you need to understand your undertone to choose the right foundation. That's just the truth. If not, you could choose a foundation that looks like it's your skin tone, like it's your shade, especially under like a certain type of light. You can choose a foundation that looks like it's your shade, but when you go into natural light, you find out that it's not exactly your shade. Like it doesn't just appear flawless. You know, when you see those people that apply foundation on one side of their face and you can't really tell the difference between like the side that there's foundation on and the side that doesn't have foundation on. That's how flawless the foundation was. Like, so you want your makeup to come out that way. The only difference is that one side is smooth. Of course, like there are no blemishes on it, so that's how you know that there's foundation on that side. So to achieve flawless foundation, you need to understand your undertone, and you need to choose a foundation that matches the undertone of your skin. So now there are three types of undertones. There's the warm undertone, there's the cool undertone, and there's neutral. If you have warm undertone, you will just have that golden undertone beneath your skin. It looks yellowy, it looks golden. So I know that I have a warm undertone because when you look at your skin, you just see this underneath the surface of your skin. You can see the yellow jumping out at you, or like the warm. I don't want to say warmness, please. That's not a word. The warmth jumping out at you. You just see it, and I don't know how else to explain this clearly other than using like veins, because I feel like without me using the vein analogy, it would take some time. It takes a trained eye. I've done makeup for a long time now, and I can just tell by looking at somebody that, okay, this, even if I don't have, because of course I can't have all of the foundations in my kits, like all the ranges. But when I see somebody and I know that I have to mix foundations to get their shade, then I know that, okay, by looking at them, I can tell, okay, I'm using like a yellow undertone foundation, or I'm using more of like cool tone foundation, or you have to mix both to get like an in between, which is like the neutral, just to get their shade right. So I'm going to use the vein analogy. If you have green veins, so I have green veins. I don't even know if it's visible, but so, well, I have green veins and I know I have warm undertone. If you have blue or purplish veins, if you have blue or purplish veins, then you have a cool undertone. So you can check that. That's like the easiest way to know. You know that you have. It's not jump like the. It's cool basically. Your undertone is cool. That's what I'm trying to say. And if you have a mix of both, like green and blue, then you have neutral undertone. So I'm just going to use this foundation just to show you. This is not my shade. I don't even know where my shade. Let me see. I'm just using this as an example, But just putting this on my skin, it looks yellow. Like you can tell that it's a warm foundation. So you can tell if you have warm or golden undertone, you would be able to know that this is the right undertone. Or even this one. This one too has, it's not my shade, but it has a warm undertone. Just by looking at it, after some time, it starts to come easily to you. But like when you swatch foundation on the back of your arm or back of your hand, just look at it. Like what jumps out at you? Is it warm? Is it cool? Is it, and sometimes like it may even be red. Yeah, it may be red. There's some foundations that have that red undertone. So if somebody is like warm, very warm, sometimes like it's not yellow, it's like leaning more on, like it's just very warm. Then you know that you need to add like a foundation with red undertone to get that person's foundation or that person's undertone. But most, the general undertones are like the cool, the warm, and the neutral. So I'm just going to put this. Okay, that's not, let me see. If if I was looking for something, like I'm warm, but I'm very warm, and I'm looking for something, to add to that warmth to get the right undertone, I would use a foundation like this. It's still warm, but it's very warm. You can see the difference between this and even this and this. This one looks like it has like a little bit of red in it. I don't want I honestly don't want to confuse you, but let me just stick with the general ones. There's the warm, the cool, the and the neutral. So if you have green veins, warm undertone. Blue veins, cool undertone. Blue or purple, cool undertone. If you have a mix of both, neutral undertone. So the third reason your makeup does not appear flawless when you're done is you're not blending enough. Yes, you're not blending as much as you should. And blending is key. Blending is very important. Like it doesn't even matter what step it is in your makeup. When you're doing your foundation, you need to blend properly. When you're doing your highlights and your contour, you need to blend properly. When you're applying your blush, like your cream blush or your liquid blush, you need to apply properly. When you're doing whatever your eyeshadow, you need to blend properly. um like for everything, you need to blend and blend and blend until your hand hurts. Okay, I'm joking. Blend until you can't see, until it looks seamless. I know that you know when something looks seamless or flawless to you. Blend until you don't see any lines, like any demarcation. So when you finish applying your foundation and you put your highlight under your eyes and you start blending, you see the part, like the point where your highlight, especially like around this area where your highlight meets your foundation, blend that spot until you don't see any lines. You just know that your face looks highlighted, but like you don't know where your highlight stops and where your foundation starts. Now, when you apply your contour, blend. Just keep blending. Blend that in. Blend it until you can't see any line. Like you just know that the contour is there, but you can't see any line. Like you can't say, "Oh, this is where my contour stops. This is where." It shouldn't be there. That's how you come out with like flawless application or makeup application. You need to blend and blend and blend. Now, I know that some people use a brush, so I'm going to just go in with my brush. So when you're blending, when you're blending your foundation, you have to tap. Like there should not be any point in which you're doing like this, because one, you're not going to get the coverage that you need from that foundation because you're dragging it. And secondly, you're going to leave marks, like the drag marks from your brush, from the bristles of the brush, is going to show on your skin. So you want to press, whether you're using a brush or you're using a beauty blender, you want to press it in. So I prefer using a beauty blender, but I mean, you can use a brush if that's what you like or that's what works for you. But every time I use a brush, I always like to go back in with a beauty blender just to like press it in well. I feel like a beauty blender gives you whole that flawless look because you're just pressing it right into your skin. And again, if you find that you've applied too much um, product, then the beauty blender also helps to like take away some of that product from you, like the excess. Can you see how flawless it looks now after the beauty blender? Like my skin just looks smooth. So, so and I'm using a damp beauty blender. Like I put it under the sink, like under running water, squeezed it, and still use like a paper towel to squeeze off the excess water. So you want it damp, but not like dripping. Like when you squeeze the water is coming out. No, that will just leave patches on your face. So now I finished blending, but this is the easy blending part. The part where I feel like some people start to like it starts to get tricky for some people is like when you apply highlight and contour, then that's where you don't blend enough and then your makeup does not appear flawless when you're done. So let's apply our concealer and our contour. I'm using the Juvia's Place in Katsina, and I just like to, I'm using the same brush I used to apply my foundation. Just dip and put it where I want. Can you see how I'm just like tapping it in? Because you're going for flawlessness. So even when you're applying your contour, you still want to blend it. Blend. Okay, now then I'm going to do my forehead and I'm just putting it on the places that I will contour. Then do the same for and drag. Wait. Now, if you want to use a brush, that's okay. The point is to blend it out well. I like to use a beauty blender because I'm used to it. This is what I gravitate to. So let's start blending. I'm still dabbing, I'm not dragging. So now, can you see how just by continuously tapping and tapping and tapping, then you can go back. I'm using the other side of the beauty blender to just do this. What I'm doing is blending the where the concealer stops, blending it with my contour. Then I'll come back and try to soften this line here. So now the contour is still there, even though it looks a little like faded. And if you want, you can even go back. I'm going to just go back a bit, go in with my contour again, just to intensify it. And now that I have done this, you can see that the contour is there. I'll still go back with this beauty blender and just go over this part. Just to make everything smooth. So now I'm going to do the same for my forehead. Blend out this part. Then go back in with the other side and blend the edges. Just soften it. Then do the same for this one. Then I can also go back in and intensify my contour. Still go back in with my beauty blender because blending is key. So now, does this look blended or does it not look blended? Is it giving blended? Is it giving flawless? Let me know in the comment section. But this is how you achieve a flawless base, because like it or not, your foundation application, like your skin work, determines how good your makeup would come out. Like if your skin work is not properly blended, if it doesn't look flawless, and you just go ahead and do like your eyeshadow and your brows and everything, hoping that it will come I mean, it will still come out looking good, but not as flawless as the ones that you see on the gram or like on other people, and you're wondering how they achieved it. It's just blending. Just keep blending. Blend every single thing. Blend everything into the other. You apply your highlight, you blend it. You apply the contour, you blend your contour into your foundation. Then blend the point where your highlight meets your contour. Just keep blending and everything will come out flawless. Thanks for watching my channel. Thanks for watching this particular, yeah, just thanks for watching my channel. And if you like this, please give my video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to see the finished look of this, because I'm obviously going to finish it, please check the next video. Thank you. Bye.